another special guest, Sir Darius.
Hey, what up?
Hey, thank you so much for coming on to this podcast.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Okay, so I have a bunch of questions for you. Um, are you from California?
I'm not. I'm originally from Miami, Florida. My
Miami.
family is Haitian and Dominican. Came over in the 80s. My mom is American, but most of my life was spent in Florida. And then I went to college up in New York, and I moved out to LA in 2010.
Okay,
Yeah.
what brought you to LA?
Man, the great gold rush, the California gold rush of entertainment, acting. I was a biology major for my first 2 years in college, and then I got bit by the acting bug and dropped out, moved to New York, went to acting school there, really fell in love with the craft even more. And it was time to sort of sow my royal oats and come see what I was made of. And I moved out to LA in 2010 to start pursuing acting, kind of hit the ground running as soon as I got here. And the rest is history, as they say.
Like it took off for you very well, by the way.
Yeah, subjective. We'll see.
Growing up, did you always want to do like biology, or did you have like a niche in the back of your mind, like you wanted to be in film?
I was the shyest kid ever.
Really?
Almost scared of my own shadow. I mean, I still have remnants of that, in my adult life, but the safe pick for me was always the medical field. I was great at school, always got great grades. Sort of come from a family of academicians and stuff like that, and so being from a Caribbean family is always like focus on your studies. So
I can see that.
So I always wanted to be a doctor, but secretly I was always creating costumes and performing by myself, at home and stuff like that. I secretly always wanted to dip my toe in entertainment, but growing up in Florida, I don't know anybody in entertainment. I've never been an actor before or anything like that, so it seemed like a really far-fetched dream. But got an opportunity later in life, and it all made sense.
Nice. When you came here, did you face struggles? Like, was it hard? I know we're expensive here, right?
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Yes, yeah. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I come from the school of thought that nothing worth having is ever easy, so everybody deals with their own, struggles and stuff like that. My mom was very sick at the time. As soon as I turned like 19, and so I had a bit of added responsibility to help kind of look out for me and her. So I moved to LA with $10,000 saved up, which I thought was a decent amount of money, and that. It was gone in like a month and a half, man. Really? Seriously, yeah, no. It was hard to find a job. I got to a point where my car got repossessed because it was like sold to me fraudulently. Like all this stuff was sort of happening. My mom's health flared up even more, and I was down to like my last $35. No food, no job, and basically said to myself, I'm not coming home until I find a job. And I got a job making like $35 a day at this place in Brentwood, and I was like, okay, at least we can have something to eat every day. Now let me try to find another job, and sort of kept going from there. All during this time, I was actually auditioning for Footloose. Okay. I had like 6 auditions for Footloose over the course of like 2 months. While I was, working at this restaurant, and things were kind of getting better.
Yes.
And then
sounds like it's going up.
Yeah, it was moving up. And then I got a call on my way to my second job one day, and my agent was like, "Yeah, they don't want you to come in for the 7th audition tomorrow anymore. So, you did a great job, but they booked you." It was like you're going to film. So he flipped one on me. I almost passed out. I had to pull over on the 405 in my friend's rented car, and almost passed out, but it was great.
Nice.
Yeah, but I mean, there's been trials and tribulations, through all of that stuff. This is a very wavy business. It's very up and down.
Yes.
There's been great times, and those are the times that I hold on to during the bad times. That you keep pressing forward.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
When would you say was like your big break? I guess like when you knew, like, oh shoot, I'm a star.
Never said that, and I will never know that.
Well, I think that.
You think that. It's. I mean, my big break, I mean, being in LA for 2 months and booking my first studio feature, as a lead in a Paramount Pictures movie was a pretty big break for me. My career went very backwards, so it wasn't like I was hustling for student films and then try to get my first commercial and then try to get a co-star and try to get a guest star. I went completely backwards. I got my first lead in a feature, and then I got my first national commercial, and then I was doing some student films and some TV and stuff like that, and then it was just kind of like it was kind of all over the place. It was a mixed bag of nuts, but I would say that Jumanji has probably been one of the bigger career highlights for me. It gave me a lot of opportunities after. Yeah, gave a lot. You can always tell when somebody has kids if I mention Jumanji because of the way that they react. It's funny.
I would have seen it if I didn't have kids.
Yeah, you watch it that many times because of the kids for sure. But I'll take it. But Jumanji was a huge career highlight for me. And then got an opportunity to be on a show on Fox called The Big Leap in 2020, right when the pandemic hit. So that kind of threw a little wrench in things. But it was my first time, being a lead on a network TV show on Fox, and so that was a really great opportunity. But it's hard to measure any one as like the big break, but the first one definitely was a catalyst for everything because it got my face on a national stage and on an international stage, and made people aware of who I was.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm
You're
very
welcome.
grateful.
Besides the acting, I know you have a traveling company, right? Can we tell people what that's about? Because I'm actually very interested. I want to travel. So.
Come travel with Top Shelf Getaways. Shameless plug. Top Shelf Getaways was something that I started 3 years ago officially. But travel has always been something that I've been extremely interested in. I mean, since I was 18, I was the trips guy. All my friends would give me $300 for us to go away for a weekend and stay at a motel on the beach in Florida and go scootering and find great restaurants and opportunities to party and stuff like that. So I've always been the trips guy.
So you're a party guy.
I mean, don't tell your mama, but yeah.
Okay.
I have a good time. I know how to have a good time. Okay. I know how to help people have a good time. No, I've still always been very sort of introverted, but I pride myself on having good taste, and people know that. I'm a chef as well. I worked in restaurants for 12 years. And so I always know the good food spots. When my friends are in town or they're taking a girl somewhere or something, they're like, yo, where should I go? And I give them a whole list from, high, medium, and low,
What?
And so that's always been sort of part of my personality. And so the travel thing kind of came easy because once I started working in movies and TV more consistently, it was very hard for me to sort of be in restaurants and, refilling someone's water. And they'd be like, wait, aren't you the guy from that show? I'm like, yeah, but I had an actual passion for it, though. I love hospitality. I love taking care of people. I think there's something very special about sitting and breaking bread with somebody. You get to know them on a more intimate level. It's a very intimate thing. And so I was able to sort of incorporate my passions post, or during my acting career without necessarily working directly in a restaurant. And so I had always said I was going to find a way to get back to hospitality. And so this is my way to get back to hospitality. And so with Top Shelf Getaways, we do these incredible sort of all-inclusive vacations, luxury vacations, very high-end with high-end people where we've got private security, private chefs. We've got Getty photographer, videographers that do film. Your hotel accommodations are all taken care of. We do incredible excursions, and of course, we turn up a little bit. You know what I mean? But we're big on really delving into the cultures that we're visiting and exploring and having adventure in while we're there. So we are the crew that will say hello to strangers in the restaurant and end up having them hang with us for the rest of the day.
Oh, nice.
So I would say it's high end, but we're not the quote unquote like you can't sit with this crew with the pinkies up.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So it's been a really incredible experience. We've gone to 16 countries in the last 3 years. We've taken 687 people out of the country. During that time, we've got local events and stuff as well. We're going to start expanding that to local events in different cities in the U.S. as well. But we've done Italy and Thailand and Antigua and Tulum, and I'm actually headed to Greece in 2 days. as well, with a group of 30 people as well. But it's been a really, really fulfilling experience to give adults the opportunity to meet new friends. Most of our groups are solo travelers. 75% female solo travelers. So fellas, can you come assist? We need a little bit less estrogen. We need some testosterone up in here. But it's been really great. From the testing phase that we had back in 2020 all the way to now, where we've got sold out trips pretty much every single time.
That's what I was going to ask you. So, like, has it ever been stressful? Because you're saying, like, so many people, like, I would think, oh my gosh, I have to make sure I collect money from this person, and then is this person on their flight? Like, that's how my mind works, though. But
entrepreneurship is not for the weak, I will say for sure.
Yeah.
But we have a pretty streamlined system. I mean, we have a full-blown website, topshelfgetaways.com, where you can go on there, you buy your package price, your package for whichever price it is that you choose. You can do anything from a solo trip to a shared trip if you want to bring two of your homegirls with you or whatever it is. We get you get a link that has you upload all of your flight information and passports, etc. So we can keep an eye on the flights for you and have ground transportation pick you up at the appropriate time. They're keeping track as well. So everything's pretty. That is
pretty top
thorough,
shelf. Like that. No, that really is top shelf. You take care of everything.
Have to.
Okay.
Food, alcohol, excursions, all of that stuff. It's all included. Yeah.
Nice. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
We'll even create your own trip for you. If you have a birthday trip or girls trip that you want to do, or family reunion, anything like that, we'll create a high-end itinerary for you and let you sort of pick and choose as well.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Next year, my birthday's in May. So.
Hey. Oh, we're going to Bali next year in May. See?
That's on my bucket list.
Memorial Day weekend. We're going for a week.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, can I ask you some personal questions?
Go ahead.
Okay. Are you dating?
Dating.
Yes. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. I will go on dates when I have time or when appropriate. If I feel like the person is special, then I guess I will go on a date. I'm not like actively dating. I'm not like looking for anything necessarily. But if something great comes along, then I'm open to it. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want more kids, or do you have kids?
I have a son. Okay. He's 9 years old. He is my pride and joy. It's my baby, Elijah. I do want more kids. I want more kids and to be in a partnership with the person that I have kids with, so we can cultivate our child together. Co-parenting is tough, and it's tough when you're each having to be a single parent when you have the kid, and so I would not wish that on anyone or myself again. So I just want to make sure I'm in the right situation and that I have an actual partner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You said you cook.
I do. I cook my ass off. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. It's the one thing I'm really confident in.
Really?
Yeah. It's the one thing I'm really confident in.
'Cause
acting, I'm not sure if I'm good at it.
Oh, stop. If the cooking tops that, then I need to just stop cooking.
Oh, it does. It's the thing that I'm best at, I will say. There's a lot of love and passion that goes into cooking. Yeah.
So do you cook often?
No, I do not cook often. I have to feel inspired. We ebb and we flow. If I'm not in the right headspace or emotional space, I won't cook because I feel like it gets charged into your food. Okay. I also don't. I'm very big on like physical touch and stuff like that too. So if I'm not in the right energy space, and I don't want to touch anybody or anybody touching me either. So I feel the same about when my hands are touching people's food. So I want to make sure that I'm in the best possible mood. Usually when I'm working, if I'm acting and stuff like that, then I'm cooking a lot. I'm entertaining. I'm having people over. I'm taking care of them. So because life's good in those moments. You know what I mean? And you got no worries. When I'm acting, I feel like I'm in my zone and I'm doing what I was made for. So it makes me happier, and I'm able to cook more than. Yeah.
Nice. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Right.
Well, I feel like I've asked you everything. Before we head out, is there anything that people don't know about you, possibly, that you would like to share on Unscripted?
Hopefully there's a lot they don't know about me.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It could be anything, like a hobby or.
Well, it would have been the cooking thing. I would have said that. Like most people don't know that I'm actually probably better at cooking than I am at acting or anything else. But um, no, I mean, I guess I'm a people person. In the way that I really love people. I love taking care of people, and I think that we are meant to actually be here for each other. It's a little scary, kind of watching the world turn into what it's turning into, where everyone's out for self. And so, I think if you have an opportunity to help another person, to touch another person's life, um, or to provide some sort of support for them, that's what we should be doing all the time. I'm a big advocate for people not only taking care of their mental health and physical health, but their emotional, spiritual, mental, all sort of wrapped into one. And so I try to create experiences and businesses that sort of speak to that. In the spirit of entrepreneurship, people is always at the center of what I do. And so I don't know. I just want my legacy to kind of be that.
You have a
like
huge
keep
heart.
caring about people. Yeah,
Yeah,
I hope so.
that's beautiful.
It is.
You're welcome. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Yes, and please come back if you want to.
I will.
Okay.
I will. But you got to come on a trip first.
And I will let you guys know how it was. Bye, guys.